we are going to move in to Princess Speak.
So I have to say, Princess Speak, for anyone who doesn't know, is a simple business language for entrepreneurs that our community uses on the daily. And we have pulled some of those words. And I have to confess, this one is mine. I try really hard to highlight other people's words, but this one's mine. And y'all can laugh later. But this week in Groundwork Brigade, which is our mastermind community, I want to say this word came up because bones is the word of the week. And Kerry and I might have sang a silly, well, Kerry sang while I laughed, a silly kids song, but we sang it together. And it's probably been a year ago, Kerry, that we recorded that. But I'm laughing because if you guys have ever heard the song, and see, I don't even know the names of the bones. I'm not good at this part. Like your hand bone's connected to your arm bone's connected to your shoulder bone, whatever the bones really are. Y'all don't write me hate mail because I don't know the words, but it's one of those things that in your business, if you don't create those connections, you literally are leaving parts out of your business. So I think connecting the bones, singing a song, it's a great visual, y'all, for understanding. If we leave any connections off, we may be leaving an arm off for our business, or maybe leaving a leg over in the corner. So simple, basic connections keep us dancing. The little skeletons were dancing in the video, y'all. Dancing in this entrepreneurial adventure.
And can I just add, Kim, that I have been learning so much in this community about connections. Not only have I met new people from being in this community and making new friends, but I've been understanding some parts of my business and website could use some extra love so visitors don't come to a dead end. And could I give a specific example of what I discovered this weekend? So I definitely left a leg over here to my website because all of a sudden I get a text message from my dad saying, your click here button for your podcast doesn't work. And I thought to myself, what is he talking about? So I went to click it and it took me not to my podcast page. It took me to my 404 page, which is basically like an error page. And so I discovered that I have been directing people who want to listen to my podcast to go to my 404 page probably for a year, if not definitely several months, because I haven't touched that button since I set it up. So needless to say, I quickly rectified that and changed the click here button to now go to my podcast page. So now when you come to my website, you will be able to get to the podcast from that button. But if my dad hadn't told me, and I'm very grateful that he takes the time to look through my site and tell me things that give me his feedback on it, I would have never known. So I'm glad that the leg got reconnected.
I love that, Adam. And I will tell you that thank you, Mr. Rothenberg, for helping your boy get this right. But I also want to say, Adam, that because a lot of us listen to your podcast on the podcatchers, we wouldn't have caught it because we don't go to that particular button. So I think that that's a great example for everybody.
Thank you.
And the other thing I wanted to add, guys, is just a few words of encouragement for those out there that find these things that are disconnected. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up because we all have these little disconnections that happen. Sometimes we set up a new page and maybe we make new buttons and new links and then maybe we change it down the line. We forget to go back to that one page. So there's lots of things that need to be connected in our business, and slowly we can work through those pieces and Maybe ask a friend. If you don't have a Mr. Rothenberg that can help you, perhaps ask a friend if they wouldn't mind looking at your stuff and making sure that things aren't broken for you. So I think we've all got someone we can potentially reach out to and lend a helping hand. Likewise, swap it over. You might do the same for them. So I think there's lots that we can do to help each other make sure that our connections are connected.
Actually,
Well,
Carrie, you bring up a good point because I know I've done that for other people. If I've seen something, I certainly haven't mentioned it. But one thing that I love about being in this community is that s- sometimes during groundwork brigade, during that time, sometimes we have that moment given to us where you and Kim will say, today we'll do whatever is on the agenda for the day, but then we're gonna take the last half hour or we're going to take the last hour and everybody's going to go through their website and check things out and see how everything is connected. And I just feel so grateful that you provide a space for us to do that. So I just think if you don't have a community, well, first of all, if you don't have a community, come check out the My Sexy Business community. But second, also maybe set aside a half hour one day a month to give yourself that time to go through your own website and see what's working and what's not working.
So I'm going to put a little plug in here for Adam because Adam is the interview king and media personality. He's got an entertainment platform that he's talking about, actually, his website. And I'm giggling at him because season 5 of your podcast is coming like only days away. And can you imagine if you had not found that out before then? And then you'd have wondered why people weren't coming or why there was something disconnected. So I love that this example is living proof. It's like, and I want y'all to know we didn't plan that conversation either. We did plan telling on Kerry and I and our singing ability with the with the bones and making connections. But no, Adam, I think that's a great like example.
Thank you. I'm not going to say anything. I was just taking a breath. I know it looked like I was about to say something, but I was actually just taking a breath.
We were gonna let him talk, right, Kerry?
I was waiting for the words. I thought, Adam's got words. Yay.
So the theme of our show today being making new connections, I feel like this is a great place to just throw out there to the world, like you said, Adam. If they don't already have a community, we encourage you to find one. And even if we're not your flavor, like come check us out. We have an open house every month. But even if we're not, don't do business alone. Like go out there and find others who will check things back and forth with you and who will work together with you. I just think that those things are very important. Business is better together, y'all. I'm going to stand by that. So, when you have an understanding of what is not working, you can figure out how to connect the dots so you can celebrate making that new connection. And just like the bones in our body, we need to make sure our services and products lead others to the place they can find the solutions they are looking for. Happy making connections to you, my fierce entrepreneur who is becoming very well connected. Love y'all. Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.